welcome to Tales of Honor Podcast, a podcast dedicated to telling the true stories of every recipient of the Medal of Honor. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tales of Honor Podcast. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrosch, and today's episode is episode number 243. If this is your first time hearing this podcast, welcome, and please be sure to subscribe. Whether it's you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify or YouTube, wherever it is you are listening, be sure you subscribe. This way you get new episodes every time they come out, every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now, a tale of honor. Over the last 2 years, you have heard me tell stories of over 200 Medal of Honor recipients, and there are quite a few where information is missing or there are even two names for the same person. This was the case for many people that emigrated to the United States because sometimes handwriting or accents prevented the information from being properly documented. Today, the story of John is one of those stories. John was a fireman first class in the U.S. Navy during the American Civil War, and each of his Medal of Honor citations states a different birth location, birth year, and spelling of his last name. I am more inclined to believe that he was born in County Tyrone, Ireland in 1842 and came to the States through New York City. For the record, there are 89 records of a John Laverty coming through Ellis Island, 9 of which came from Ireland between 1848 and 1862, so it is extremely hard to track down more information. He did not enlist under his birth name, but he did re-enlist under his birth name, which is why both his citations have two different spellings. His actions on the 25th of May, 1864, would earn him the Medal of Honor, along with 4 other crew members of the gunboat. The citation reads, "Served on board the USS Wyalusing and participated in a plan to destroy the rebel ram Albemarle in Roanoke River, 25 May, 1864. Volunteering for the hazardous mission, Lafferty participated in the transfer of 2 torpedoes across an island swamp and then served as a sentry to keep guard of clothes and arms left by other members of the party. After being rejoined by others of the party who had been discovered before the plan could be completed, Lafferty succeeded in returning to the mothership after spending 24 hours of discomfort in the rain and swamp." 17 years later, John would again display actions worthy of the Medal of Honor while in Peru. The citation reads, "Serving on board the USS Alaska at Callao Bay, Peru, September 14, 1881. Following the rupture of the stop valve chamber on that vessel, Laverty hauled the fires from under the boiler." John Laverty died in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on the 13th of November, 1903, and is buried in the Mount Moriah Cemetery in Philadelphia, Section 3, Row 3, Grave 17. And that was a Tale of Honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor Podcast. Please head on over to talesofhonorpodcast.com for more information, other ways to listen and support the podcast, and please be sure to leave a good rating, leave a nice review, and tell a friend. If you have any questions or comments, you can send them to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Christoph Ambrosch. Thanks for listening.